it's 444 as I'm starting this message. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's 444, okay? That is one of the first angel numbers I ever saw. And I always see it as angelic protection, okay? That means the divine is letting me know, honey, you're safe and protected, okay? So, and that's interesting to me because today's message is about those of you who you probably came from the bottom, honey. Like, when I say came from the bottom, like, I really mean, like, you came from nothing. Like, you turned nothing into something, okay? This is probably not for somebody who's a Nepo baby. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm definitely picking up on the energy of somebody who, like, they jumped off the porch, honey, okay? If you don't know what that means, I don't feel like explaining it. Maybe Urban Dictionary has an explanation for you, but for those of you who know what that means, that's what I'm getting. Somebody jumped off the porch, honey, okay? Like you came from the bottom, rags to riches. That song by Rod Wave and I think Little Baby and Lil Durk has been playing a lot in my shuffle. So that is super significant. I definitely get the energy of somebody whose life has already begun to change or is about to change. But honestly, the energy that I was getting was a little oppy. Okay, it was a little oppy because there are people who are scared of you because of everything that you have accomplished. They're scared of you because you have done so much with so little. You were given crumbs and you turned those crumbs into a bakery. Okay? Like, for real. You may actually have a bakery. You may actually be a chef, but you are somebody who had little to no resources at all. You did not allow that to stop you from chasing your dreams, taking care of yourself, taking care of your family, just walking this divine path with God. And people are shaking, okay? Because those same people, right? And I don't want to make it about them, but like I said, the energy's a little oppy. Those same people were not able to do as much as you were. They had more opportunities than you had. They had more resources than you. They had a leg up in the race. You didn't, but you still have succeeded and accomplished so much. I hope whoever I'm speaking to, you're proud of yourself because you really should be, okay? You really should be. And I keep seeing this quote and I see it all the time because I feel like God is trying to speak to me through this quote, but also I truly resonate with it. It basically says something like, you don't see how amazing you are because you keep on raising the bar. You keep on raising the bar on what it means for you to be successful. You have worked so hard, and I feel like some of you have, like, you could be really anxious when you are like trying to meet a goal, right? And that journey, that transition period between you setting a goal and meeting that goal, like you put your all into it. But it's like once you actually accomplish and meet the goal, you're like, okay, next. You don't give yourself props. You don't give yourself grace. You don't say like, let me take a second and sit here and look at everything that I have built and everything that I have accomplished. Let me not allow myself to just move on to the next thing automatically and not actually sit in what I have built and actually be proud of myself, okay? I feel like a lot of you, that is something that you resonate with. I'm definitely getting a lot of Virgo energy, okay? I know some of you are Virgos. You could also be a Virgo rising or just have strong Virgo placements. You don't have to, but I'm definitely getting a lot of Virgo energy. Regardless, Virgos are huge perfectionists, okay? Most of them are very big on perfection and very big on like judging other people but also judging themselves. And they're definitely the type that's like, I gotta keep raising the bar. Okay, that was good, but I came here to be great. All right, that's the energy that I'm getting. Like, this could even be something that stemmed from childhood. You could have had a father figure. Maybe you were a, what's it called, when you're a military kid? I can't, there's like a term for that, but you could be like a military kid or something like that. Like, you were always, because I'm definitely getting something about a drill sergeant could be significant, but you were just always like, just always just had a lot of pressure on you, okay? That's kind of like, I think that's why I'm doing this. You got a lot of pressure on you, okay? There's a lot of pressure that you built up, but you know what they say, pressure makes diamonds. I feel like you're going to move into a season where you may be able to rest, which I think you need, okay? Whoever I'm talking to, I don't think you see the bigger picture, and I don't think you've seen how much you have accomplished. It's okay to rest, baby. Like, I promise, it's okay to relax. It's okay to just sit and enjoy for just a couple of days. You don't have to take a whole week off. I know it's a lot for my Virgos and my Capricorns, okay? You don't got to take a whole entire week off, right? You don't have to do that, but just give yourself a day, give yourself a couple days where you're not like putting so much pressure on yourself and trying to like outdo yourself all the time. I get it, I get it, I get it. Whoever I'm talking to, you got to be a Virgo. Like, you have to be. Like, I feel the energy. I totally get that, okay? I get that, but take a vacation, take a trip, like put your feet in some sand, like go for a hike, like do something that's self-care wise, because I'm also getting the energy of like, because if I'm not mistaken, Virgo also rules like health, or it sits in that house of health, something like that. My mind is a little foggy right now, okay? But it sits in that house of health, and it rules, it has a lot to do with like your health and like your gut area. That's kind of the area that Virgo rules. So it could be a situation that may come up where you're forced to sit down. Like, your health could be like, I don't want to, project any negativity on anybody, but your health could be, something could happen where your body is basically telling you, sit down. Okay, it doesn't have to be anything bad. It could be exhaustion. It could just be you being extremely tired. You could doze off, because you could like doze off at the wrong moment. So like I'm saying, like a movie theater, traffic, playing with kids, reading a book. Like, you could just doze off at the wrong moment. Obviously, dozing off in traffic is completely dangerous, so I'm just praying that that does not happen to any of you, but it does happen. Like, if you've been driving for a long time, you're an adult, it's happened, right? But I don't want you guys to worry about that. I just want you to try to get ahead of the inevitable, because God is going to put you in a position to be like, okay, if you don't want to rest, you don't want to listen, I'm going to force you to rest, okay? So again, it could be a situation like you could be currently battling something with your health, or something else could come up later. But regardless of that, y'all, like, when I say that you're scaring people with your energy, you're scaring people. People are scared of you, okay? It's a big difference between somebody who got a leg up and reached success, was a Nepo baby and reached success. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I'm only breeding Nepo babies. I'm only giving my kids a leg up in this life. My kids are not going to struggle for nothing, okay? So there's nothing wrong with that. But there is a very obvious difference between the person who had that leg up, had the resources, had the support, got that success, and somebody who did not have any of that. Okay, that story is different because your hunger is different. Like, some of you could have actually gone hungry before. If you've ever gone hungry before, that is the type of thing that turns you into a monster. When you go without for so long, or you've been hungry, or you've been like without certain things that you need on a day-to-day basis as a human to function, like shelter, water, transportation, clothing, food, like the necessities. When you are put in a position where you have a lack of those necessities, it's going to turn you into a monster, okay? Like A Boogie said, this is what that jungle do. Like, that's what he's talking about. Like, this is what I'm successful. I'm in this spot. I'm accomplished the things that I have accomplished because I came from the jungle. Okay, I didn't have a choice. So that's basically what I'm getting. Somebody who came from the jungle. You didn't have a choice. You didn't have all the resources. Okay, it's not just about the people around you and how they treated you. Forget all that. It's about what you went through as an individual, and what you went through as an individual was not for the weak. The Cinderella theme is also still very significant. You're someone who has that Cinderella story. You have that underdog story. Like, simple as that, right? And the people who compare themselves to you and always use your lack of resources, or your outer appearance, or what you didn't have, or tangible things, materialistic things, whether you had the money for it or not, people have always felt inferior to you deep down inside, whether they have said it or not. But they have chose to use whatever they can about you that would give them an ego boost. They're no longer in a position to do that, or something is about to change, y'all. Telling you, something is about to change so drastically. I don't even know if you see this coming. Like something is about to change so crazy with your life, or it already has, where people who used you as an ego boost are going to get their egos destroyed. Not because you want it to happen that way, not because you're doing anything directly to them. You're just living your life and being yourself. It's the fact that people have witnessed you go through a lot of things that would have broke them. You have gone through a lot of terrible things. You've gone through a lot of hard things that most people would not be able to overcome. And those people who have witnessed you go through those things are like scared, because it's like, what is he about to do next? What is she about to do next? It doesn't really matter. It's going to be different for all of you guys, but whatever it was, that person or these people used that as an ego boost for themselves. They could have laughed at you. They could have judged you. They could have got in their little group chats and had a conversation about it. They're going to be eating those words, honey, because they're going to be scared of you, because you're going to, I just feel like this is nothing small. Like whatever you're about to get or accomplish, there's not many people around you, if any, that have this, right? It's like, because I'm kind of getting the analogy of, if you know, in that song by Nicki Minaj, Roman's Revenge, she said, pull up in that new thing, bums is gagging. Like people are going to be gagging. So it's like you pull up next to a Corvette in like a Lamborghini or something. I don't know that much about cars, but I'm pretty sure a Lambo is better than a Corvette, okay? Stay with me. But it's like you got somebody who's bragging about having this Corvette, and then you pull up next to them in the lamb chop truck, okay? And they're just like, dang, okay? Like, yeah, you could actually be getting a Lamborghini, because I'm also getting like, you know that song Nicki said, I bought out the pink Lamborghini just to race in China. Brought the Wraith to China just to race with China. Okay, let me stop. But that's what I'm getting. Like, I don't know. Like, is somebody getting a Lamborghini? Send me a picture, okay? I want to see. But that's what I'm getting, y'all. It's, again, it's not about the materials, but that does not mean that you cannot spoil yourself or pour into yourself or buy your dream car. Like, you get no judgment from me, okay? A lot of people think because you're spiritual, you're supposed to just kumbaya in the woods and eat dirt. No. Not around here. We don't do that, okay? Not on the Spiritual Baddie channel. Now, it's no offense to anybody who does that, but over here, we're just a little bit more realistic. We're very balanced, okay? That's why we're spiritual baddies, because we're balanced, and that's what this life is about. But yeah, y'all, you finna have people gagging, okay? That's basically what I'm getting. People are like gonna be like, people are just gonna be silent. Like, I don't even have any words to say. Like, I'm hearing hush mode. And I was hearing that yesterday too. Like, hush mode. That's something that my brother, my oldest brother, used to say to me when we were younger. And it used to make me so mad, because he would say something to me and I didn't have a comeback for it. And he'd be like, hush mode. And it used to make me so mad. But anyway, that's basically what I'm getting. Hush mode. It's quiet. Ain't no back talk. Okay? Period.